every day goes. Every time we've no control. If the sky is big and wide, if the ground is black and yellow, it's the same way you showed me. Nod my head, don't close
Okay.
my eyes. Halfway.
Hi guys! So I'm continuing this series about life as a creative freelancer. Today I want to talk more about, something more specific, VAT. When you're a freelancer, one thing you have to do, and that I know a lot of people I've talked to are kind of scared of, I think, is file VAT every 3 months. So you have to do it 4 times a year every quarter. And I just wanted to have this video because I feel like it's something that I was lacking when I started to really understand how this works. And it can be intimidating, and it shouldn't be because it's actually quite simple. So we're gonna be talking about this today.
Love yours. No such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Just to start off, VAT is the sales tax, but I'm gonna go more into it a bit later, but just to introduce that. And so, when you register at the Chamber of Commerce, you automatically also register at the Dutch tax office, and they give you a VAT number for your business. And that's quite important to keep. You will need it to give to your clients, to put on invoices, it's a big part of identifying your business. So VAT stands for Valued Added Tax, also known as the sales tax. VAT, it's an indirect tax that is always paid by the customer. So basically, clients give you 21% that you then have to give back to the government. And I did a bit of research because I was just interested on kind of why it started and how. And it was invented to avoid cascading taxes. So basically, from what I understood, instead of having different taxes all along for example, the production of your product, they made this tax that is added onto product and services that is the same for everyone. And so to avoid having different taxes and to avoid having higher prices for customers, and that it's more regulated. So there's actually in the Netherlands 3 VATs. There's 0%, 9%, and 21%. 9% I think is more for food, I think traveling also expenses, but the main VAT tax is 21%. From what I understood, also VAT abroad is different. You pay the VAT in the country where the goods are exported, so the country of destination. That I think you really need to do a research on the specific country you're selling to. For example, if I'm making something in the Netherlands but selling it to France or to the US, the VAT will be different, and that depends on the VAT of that country, because I know France is 20%. And for the US, for example, each state has a different sales tax, and so that can really depend. But I know that in the portal also they ask you how much VAT is abroad, but I'm not completely sure how to do that, to be honest. So if you know how to do that, please let me know in comments below, because I'm interested. So it's important to understand that when you talk to clients about your rates and everything, it's always excluding VAT. So, if you say my rate is 85 euros an hour, that's without VAT. So at the end on your invoice, you will always add VAT, so 21%. And it's also important when you're pricing your products, if you're selling products, because you also have to include that in your price, because that makes a big difference to if you sell a good for 100 euros, 21 euros of this product will go to the government. So you have to take that into consideration when you're doing your pricing strategy. I wanted to explain this because at first I paid somebody to do this for me, but it's so easy that it's not really worth paying somebody if you're a simple freelancer, because then it's an additional cost for you. And I know that sometimes these things can be intimidating, but this one actually is something that is pretty easy. For example, I have an accountant for my income taxes yearly, but for this, I do it myself. Every quarter, you will go online, your Belastingdienst profile, and you will get a message saying you need to file your VAT. Very easily enter how much you have gotten from your clients, and then how much you have paid from receipts or costs. Because every time you get money from a client, you get these 21%, but you don't keep these 21%, you have to give it back to the government. So basically during this report, you basically tell the government, okay, I've gotten this amount from my clients, and I've also paid this amount from costs, because every time you buy something, you also get that 21% back. And then basically what happens is you pay the difference. You know, if you've gained more from your clients, then you owe money to the government. But if you have paid more from your expenses, they will give you some money back. The difference of these two, basically. So you go on there, and so when you go into the portal, you sign in, and then you see that you have to do your VAT report. And basically, I will insert some screenshots of what I have so far saved, and maybe that can help you also understand like where you fill in the things you need. So basically what you need to do is to create an Excel sheet where you keep track of all your costs and then all your sales tax. So all your cost is everything that you're going to buy to be able to do your business. So you have to keep track of which store, the description of the item you bought, the date, the cost including VAT, which is all showed like all on receipts, and then the VAT by itself. So that's 21% of the cost, including VAT, and then the cost excluding VAT. So basically what you will have here is the total VAT you have paid for all your costs of that quarter. And then you do the same for the sales tax. So this is for all your clients or customers. You write the invoice number you sent out, the description, the date, the price including VAT, the VAT, so 21% of that price, and then the price excluding VAT. So here you have the total revenue for those 3 months, including VAT, and then you have your VAT separately. And these 3 information here with the pink border, you can see, you will need those 3 information to put into your quarterly report of VAT. And then, so you continue and you go to the Belastingdienst website and the report, you hit start. And then this is the first page you're seeing. This is translated in English. You will use the information with the pink border in the previous Excel sheet for this. You will put in your total revenue where you see the 11,130 euros. That's your total revenue including VAT. And then to the right, where you see the 1,927 euros. So that's the VAT that my clients or customers have paid me. This is the second page, and it's mainly about sales abroad. So I'm not doing that at the moment. So I always put just nothing. But if you know about this, please reach out and let me know, because I'm really curious to how this works. So then you have to hit agree, and then you get to this page, and it basically shows you your sales tax that you have entered previously, and now it's time to put the VAT you have paid from your costs. And then basically what happens is super simple. You click agree, it will tell you, okay, then you owe us money, or the government owes you money. And yeah, if you owe money, then you do a bank transfer. They give you their information and you do a bank transfer. And if they owe you money, then they will transfer you the money within a few days, I think, or 2 weeks or something. And then you should get an email that says like, okay, you have done your declaration. Every quarter it will be the same thing. So once you've gotten down the understanding of the form, you can do it every time. And now I just want to go over something pretty straightforward but important for when you're a freelancer, is how to do an invoice. And it's really easy. The things you need to put on your invoice are your business name, the address where your business is registered, your KVK number, which is like your business number, your VAT number, your VAT rate for the service you're providing or goods you're selling, the amount you're billing including VAT and amount excluding VAT, the date of the invoice you're sending it, the name and address of your customer, and then a brief or more thorough description, however you want, of the product and services you're providing and how many hours or products you're selling, so the quantity. Yeah, I just wanted to show you my invoice because I think also on a branding perspective, I think it's quite important to have an invoice that is branded, Maybe that's just from my graphic design background, but I think it's also something that like, yeah, you shouldn't really overlook how, even if it's an administrative document, like it's important for it to also be on brand with the rest of your business. Okay, this video was way shorter than I thought, but I think it's an essential topic to talk about when you're a freelancer, VAT and how to make an invoice. So I hope this was helpful. One important thing that I forgot to mention earlier is that you're supposed to be able to prove any of your expenses or invoices for the past 7 years. So you have to keep everything for at least 7 years. And what I do is, so I have just made in a Google Drive like a folder where all my receipts will go and all my invoices will go. So I just take a photo of my receipts and just upload my invoices there. And this way, like if the government wants to check on you, then you can just show them all the receipts, actual receipts. So yeah, just important thing to do, keep everything for 7 years. Always a disclaimer. This is just from my experience. I'm no expert in taxes or anything. It's just like what I've learned through being a freelancer. So I just want to share my experience and what I've learned for you to avoid making mistakes and also be more efficient. So I hope this was helpful and I will see you next video. Bisous!
Love yours.